Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show to talk about some NBA news. Gonna get right into it here because we have a lot of new NBA news to talk about. Because I didn't do NBA news yesterday, so we'll have a lot of stuff to talk about. So let's get right into it. So, Chandler Parsons talked about Ben Simmons, and he basically said he believes that Ben Simmons' days as a 20-10 All-Star are behind him. Quote, the idea that he's just going to turn to this 20-10 All-Star ever again is not possible via at running back FDTV. Again? His highest scoring season was 16 points per game. What is he talking about? A 20-10. He's never averaged 20 points per game in a season. It's big if true, especially considering he's never averaged 20-10. I mean, come on. Chandler Parsons, who let him cook? Y'all just better start hoping for like 7 and 9 a game from Ben Simmons. Those days were never for Ben Simmons. So, DeMar DeRozan, after last night's Bulls loss, he guarantees the Bulls will bounce back after last night's game. Via KCJ Hoop. Quote, we won't let that happen again. He's basically guaranteeing it's not going to happen again. I mean, OKC's better than the Bulls, though. But saying that after game 1 is not a good sign, because it guarantees the team going to throw up a dud game down the road. And people will use that quote against you. I mean, yeah, it sounds good, but you have to prove it on the court. Instead of just saying this to the media or something. But they better bounce back, because if they have to a slow start or something, or near 500 at the deadline, they could trade some people. So rival teams are keeping a close eye on how much more Joel Embiid's willing to endure in Philadelphia via Chris B. Haynes. Endure. This headline is so ruthless. I don't think he's going to get traded from Philadelphia. I think he's going to stay there in Philadelphia. I keep seeing this rumor, but it's not going to happen. I don't think he's going to leave Philly. Morey will have the most obscene asking price that nobody will meet. Like, he'll offer the biggest big contract that nobody else will probably be willing to offer. So, I mean, I don't get this rumor saying teams are going to monitor his situations. Like, it's not going to happen. So the Knicks shot 10 of 48, 20% when guarded by Drew Holiday or Kristaps Porzingis last night. This is crazy. They have probably the best defense so far out of take away from the first few games. So the quote, Real J Williams via First Take, quote, I think the Knicks are the third best team in the Eastern Conference. Third best team? Are we just gonna forget Milwaukee, the Celtics, the Cavs? Those would be some of the teams in consideration. The Heat, Atlanta Hawks. Come on, Jay Williams. I'd say the Celtics, the Bucks, the Sixers, the Heat, and throw in the Knicks could be the big top 5. And Cleveland in the mix. I mean, they put up a great fight last night. But I don't think they're going to be the third best team in the Eastern Conference. Jimmy Butler says the Heat will play 98 games this season via Brady Hawk 305, quote, you'll see me for 97 more games. NBA fans, when a player's trying to put confidence in himself and teammates, NBA fans will be like, just shocked when they say that. But that's a W mentality, but I just don't think that's going to happen. I don't think the Heat are making the finals this year. Drew Holiday's defense last night via NBA stats. Julius Randle was 1 of 10, Brunson 0 for 4, and RJ Barrett 1 for 4. Excuse me. He's a lockdown defender. That's what they got him for. So the Chicago Bulls, had a players-only meeting after last night's loss versus OKC. It's only the first game of the season. They already had a players-only meeting. That is insane. It's like, it's going to be a long season, man. It's just time to trade the team. They're literally the definition of like a mid-team this year, like a 500 team or worse. Like, if you're in a players-only meeting after the first game of the year, yeah, they're not going to be good this year. It's going to be a long year. They might start trading people. So Colin Cowherd says Anthony Davis is the milkshake machine at McDonald's. When it works, it's amazing, but it's about 50% of the time. That's an insanely accurate analogy about a McDonald's milkshake machine and Anthony Davis. It works about 50% of the time. So, De'Aaron Fox signs an exclusive endorsement deal with the Curry brand at Under Armour. Hey, Curry knows talent when he sees it. Fox is a stud and definitely deserves that deal. It's definitely a big deal for him to join the Curry brand. I swear, he signed a deal mid-game. So LeBron James was trying to convince the Lakers coaching staff to let him keep playing the team's opening loss to the Nuggets. Yeah, I don't know why they're limiting his minutes. I know he's like 38, 39 right now, but it's like, it's your best player. Whenever he goes to the bench, they struggle. Josh Okogie has received the first $2,000 NBA flopping fine. So Josh Okogie gets fined for flopping in the first game of the year. So yeah, that's interesting. So Gilbert Arenas said the Heat need to go back to acquiring superstars and stop worrying about hard-working role players. Yeah, because that's not just going to fix everything. Like, they were trying to do that all summer, and Pat Riley wouldn't do it. I mean, it's cool to have superstars, but you need to have some good depth pieces, like good hard-working role players. Like, you can do both. I mean, a man named Bernardo Tosto alleges that Kyle Kuzma's dog, quote, viciously attacked him on May 4th, per TMZ Sports. He is seeking compensation from Kuzma for the damages sustained from the attack. I'm sorry, but that doesn't look like that dog can do anything vicious. Like, come on. Trying to get money off a dog later, months later, is disgusting. If a dog, like, it kind of looks like a nice dog. I'm not gonna lie. You see the picture. You go to NBA Dunk Central's Twitter and go to yesterday's stuff, and it looks like a nice dog. If a dog like that attacks you, you probably have to come and just saying. People just being saying stuff like that just to get money. It's kind of sad, though, not gonna lie. Breaking. The NBA will return to the East versus West in the All-Star game. Per Shams Charania, which really good to see that East versus West is returning. All of our prayers have been answered. So there's going to be a lot of star caliber players for both teams this year, and some they will probably be missing as well. So it was reported yesterday that the NBA might charge the Suns with tampering and is currently investigating them for potential early impermissible contact with Drew Eubanks during free agency. Drew Eubanks. Like, this is low. Tampering for Drew Eubanks. Jesus. Like, really tampering for Drew Eubanks. That's insane. but it was reported a few hours later after that that the NBA is taking away a second-round draft pick from the Suns for tampering with Drew Eubanks, per Mark Stone. Man, imagine getting fined and losing a draft pick because of Drew Eubanks. That's sad. Jaren Jackson Jr. is a favorite to win Defensive Player of the Year, according to the odds. I don't know. I don't think he's not the best defender on this list. Kind of overrated, I'm not gonna lie. Bam should definitely be higher up here, and Draymond. I'll have Bam and Draymond as two favorites for that Defensive Player of the Year award with Evan Mobley. So Jimmy Butler. Nobody's going to pick us ever. Nobody's going to pick us this year. No one's ever going to pick any team that I'm on. Which is great, because I don't give a fuck. And I don't like none of y'all anyways. End quote, Jimmy Butler. Every year we pick you, and every year you don't win. Come on, Jimmy Butler. Like, I swear, dude's so corny at times. Like, he's a great player. Don't get me wrong, but the dude's so corny. So Doc Rivers says his relationship with James Harden is the reason why he's doing TV right now, rather than coaching. Quote, our relationship, it was an honest one. It's probably why I'm doing TV via the Dan Patrick Show. You don't even call plays either. Your time's washed up, buddy. Someone finally told him he's a terrible coach. Both bums. Anyways, whatever. In court documents obtained by ESPN, Dwight Howard said Monday that he engaged in, quote, consensual sexual activity with a man named Stephen Harper during a July 2021 encounter at Howard's Georgia residence, per at Baxter. Quote, Dwight Howard has denied sexual assault and battery allegations filed against him earlier this year and is asking a court to dismiss a civil lawsuit he's facing in Georgia. Man, ain't no way. I ain't need to see this. But I always had a feeling Dwight Howard was a little bit fruity, and I guess it's now confirmed. Shouldn't be surprised. Paul George says being, quote, injury prone is his legacy with the Clippers. My legacy here is just haven't been able to finish. I think in a lot of ways, injury prone, inability to finish be the LA Times. Well, at least he admitted it, but at least he knows. Not being able to finish, it's gonna be tough. Not being able to finish. Mike Brown believes after Malik Monk were 6'7", he would be an All-NBA player. Malik Monk is one of the most talented guys I've been around. He's not 6'7", but if he was, he'd be All-NBA and, quote, via Hoops Hype. Okay. I don't know what 6'7" is being special. I didn't know being 6'7" was special in the NBA now. Brian Windhorst says 19-year-old Victor Wembanyama is more skilled than LeBron James was at 19. His skill level is vastly advanced where LeBron's was at the same age. But you get up ESPN. Does he even watch basketball? I don't know. But that's the biggest LeBron groupie, those. Brian Windhorst, so that's saying a lot. So, Kenny Smith is concerned about Milwaukee's defense against stars like Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry without Drew Holiday. Quote, defensively, now who takes that assignment that Drew Holiday used to take? Because Drew Holiday would take the 1, 2, or 3, whatever the best player was. You're guarding Miami, you put him on Jimmy Butler. You're guarding Golden State, put him on Steph. And Drew was getting killed. Please stop. He was getting killed in the playoffs last year. Come on. The Lakers are now 0-6 in the season opener since LeBron James has joined the team since 2018. Well, he's not the problem, so can't just blame him. Karl-Anthony Towns seems to be a likelier trade target for the New York Knicks compared to Joel Embiid via the Frank Isola. Oh boy, a Cat and Randall front court. Jesus. But he's not going anywhere. In my opinion. If you're going to make $50 or $60 million a year to play basketball 3 or 4 days a week, play basketball, man. Charles Barkley on load management. Charles Barkley. So LeBron playing around 29 minutes a night could be the new norm for him, according to Darvin Ham. We'll see in all likelihood, yes. And LeBron is leaving the minutes, basically saying, I always want to be on the floor, especially when you have an opportunity to win a game, you feel like you can make an impact, but I guess there's a system in place on fault. So yeah, he's basically going to get limited minutes. Last thing, it's really all to talk about, so until next match, peace.